I'm going to call the meeting to order, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Here.
Densberger?
Here.
Jeffers?
Here.
Call? Mayor Mingus?
Here.
I have all present except Commissioner Call, Your Honor.
Please stand for the invocation. Remain standing for the pledge.
Mayor, you got to read that script to get him in the meeting.
What?
Read the script to get Commissioner Call in the meeting.
Oh, anybody object to Commissioner Call joining us? No
No, sir.
objections?
All right.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful summer day we've had in this area. We thank you for our neighborhoods. We thank you for our families and living together here in this area of East Peoria. We thank you for that. We do pray for direction as we deliberate the business tonight. Thank you for our freedom in our nation. We pray for our leaders, our governor, legislators, as our state faces continued challenges. May we not be so cynical that we lose sight of our own communities, that we realize the importance of our own families and our neighborhoods, et cetera. We do appreciate each area of our city, and we just pray that we would do the best we can as we deliberate in the business tonight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Call is on a work assignment. Can you hear us, Commissioner?
I can hear you just fine, thank you.
Good.
Very
Good to
good.
have you aboard. Good to have you aboard.
Thank you.
All right. At this time, I'm going to do something very different. I'm going to read a statement which will address Ordinance 4340. At this time, we're going to do things a little out of order. This is the way you folks, if you want to stay, are welcome to. If not, feel free to leave. Ordinance number 4340 deals with the annexation of the properties in Highland Hills that was discussed as part of our working session prior to our regular council meeting tonight. And this ordinance is listed as an agenda item halfway down the second page of the agenda for tonight's meeting. The City Council will not be voting on this ordinance or discussing this matter any further tonight, as this matter will be continued to the evening of August 1st, 2017 at 5:30 p.m. when tonight's meeting will be reconvened to address this ordinance. The reconvened meeting will be held prior to the City Council's regular meeting scheduled for 6 o'clock p.m. on August 1st. We appreciate everyone's interest and input into this matter, but the City Council will need this additional time to review and consider this matter and to make sure that we have all the information available to us before making a decision. As such, this ordinance number 4340 is being moved to the end of the agenda of our meeting, when it will be considered at our reconvened meeting on August 1st. If this doesn't make sense, I'll get a copy of this to each of you. Rather than keeping everyone waiting around until this ordinance came up on the agenda later this evening, I want to let everyone know that any action on this ordinance is being deferred until August 1st at 5:30 p.m. here at City Hall. Everyone interested in this matter is welcome to rejoin us on that evening. And I also have informed your attorney, Brian Moody, of this, who had no problems at all. So I guess that's it for this particular item. Now we'll take approval of minutes, please. So what I just said is this is not going to be addressed until August 1st, so please, you're welcome to stay or whatever you want to do. Thank you for coming tonight. Approval of minutes, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mayor. I don't usually have that when I do tonight.
I know
Mr.
you
Mayor,
don't.
I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on June 20th, 2017 be approved as printed.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Densberger, discussion. Roll call.
Aye.
Densberger,
Aye.
Jeffers,
Aye.
Call,
Aye.
Mayor Mingus.
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Two areas of communication. The first is a proclamation. Whereas 67 years ago, a communist invasion of the Republic of Korea summoned a generation of Americans to serve. Whereas upon the 64th anniversary of the military armistice agreement, we honor all who served in the Korean War and we pay lasting tribute to the brave men and women who gave their lives for our nation. Whereas through 3 years of combat, American service members and allied forces overcame some of the most unforgiving conditions in modern warfare. They weathered bitter winters and punishing heat. They fought on with courage and distinction, often outgunned and outmanned. Whereas many Americans suffered wounds that would never fully heal, still more we count among the captured and the missing, and are resolved to account for Americans who did not come home will never waver. Most of all, we honor the tens of thousands of Americans who gave their lives defending a country they had never known and a people they had never met. Their legacy lives on not only in the hearts of the American people, but in the Republic of Korea that is free and prosperous, an alliance that is stronger than ever before, and a world that is safer for their service. Whereas shortly after the military armistice agreement was signed, President Dwight D. Eisenhower noted that With special feelings of sorrow and solemn gratitude, we think of those who were called upon to lay down their lives in that far-off land to prove once again that only courage and sacrifice can keep freedom alive upon the earth. Whereas 6 decades later, we renew that call to honor and reflect. Now and forever, let us keep faith with our Korean War veterans by upholding the ideals they fought to protect and by supporting them with the care and respect they so deeply deserve. Now therefore, I, David W. Mingus, Mayor of the City of East Peoria, do hereby proclaim July 27, 2017 as National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. I call upon all citizens to observe this day that honors our distinguished Korean veterans. Certainly don't want to forget Charles Todd's in the audience. He was a veteran of the Korean War, and we thank you for your service, sir. Next, Mr. Humphrey in the audience. Mr. Humphrey, good, you came. Something very special for this gentleman. If you, please come to the podium, sir. If you go down 116, and I've seen it many times, you're going to see that the medium usually is a mess. Weeds and all that garbage. But in about a quarter mile to half mile, there's a very nicely mowed area. And a little John Deere tractor with a little guy on it mowed it every single week, every single year. And for how many years? 13 years?
About 13. Yes.
13 years. So we want to make sure we give this to you, sir. It's a Meritus Award presented to Jim Humphrey. The City of East Peoria hereby recognizes and appreciates your emeritus action. Your willingness to go above and beyond for the beautification of our city is recognized and appreciated. You exemplify the highest degree of citizenship and service. We commend you for your commitment and dedication to the enhancement of the community. I'm very grateful to what you do,
Oh,
sir.
well, thank you.
The name of that area, but as you go down 116, I may go landmark, I don't know, but it's right there, and always very nicely moved. Thank you very
Well,
much.
thank-
I about got hit taking the picture. It's a Purple Heart problem. Okay. We're now at the point where anybody in the audience want to speak to the council on an agenda item can come forward, please. Seeing no one come forward, I believe we have consent on the consent agenda. Commissioner Densberg, I'll pass it over to you, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items number 1, Resolution 17-18-035, resolution to approve payment of schedule of bills numbers 4, 5, combined in the amount of $3,197,248.80. Item number 2, resolution number 1718-019, resolution authorizing the payment of an invoice to repair fire engine number 3 to Global Emergency Products in the amount of $40,262. And item number 3, resolution number 1718-024, resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement for mutual aid with Northern Tazewell Fire Protection District, as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
Second, please.
Second.
Mr. Decker, discussion, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
In which case, Mr. Mayor, I move you that items number 1 through 3, as listed on the consent agenda, be hereby approved and adopted. The items numbered 2 and 3 having been read once by their title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection, be adopted as presented.
Second, please.
Second.
Mr. Decker, discussion, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'll go ahead and proceed because I
You've got
believe
a
I
ways to
have
go here,
11
sir.
remaining items this evening, so settle in. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4341, hereto attached, an ordinance authorizing a special use for property located at 3840 North Main Street in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, to allow an outdoor storage lot for purpose of displaying equipment for sales and lease on the property, be accepted on its first reading, is read by its title, and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Mr. Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner. Ty, can you give us a brief explanation, please?
Just one point of clarification, instead of a storage lot, it's more of a storage space, or it's actually a display space. This is a property up on North Main Street. They have a forklift seller that would like to display their products, and so it really kind of goes to the formality of the process of having that outdoor display piece. The ZBA also felt that they wanted to make sure that the landscaping was up to snuff out in front, as well as there's quite a few temporary signs they wanted to see come down before they started using this space. So that's included in this as well.
And this is a business that sells and leases heavy equipment, forklifts, and the like.
Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, Your Honor. Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4342, hereto attached, an ordinance authorizing a special use for property located at 110 Francis Court in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, to allow for the siting of a garage on the property, be read at length by the clerk, and said ordinance number 4342 be accepted on its first reading and be hereby adopted as presented.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner. Morgan?
Whereas Dennis Barron, the petitioner, has petitioned for a special use to allow for the siting of a garage in a manner inconsistent with limitations imposed by Section 5-6-1C of the City Code on property zoned as R2, one-family dwelling district, which property is shown and described at Exhibit A attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference, which property as so described is hereinafter referred to as the property. And whereas after hearing pursuant to duly published notice, the East Peoria Zoning Board of Appeals has recommended approval of the proposed special use subject to a condition hereinafter set forth. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1, a special use to allow for the siting of a garage on the property in a manner inconsistent with limitations imposed by Section 5-6-1C of the City Code is hereby approved. Section 2, the establishment and continuation of the special use hereby authorized is contingent upon continual compliance with all applicable provisions of the City Code and the following special condition. 1, the garage located on the property under authority of this ordinance shall be placed substantially in accordance with the site plan submitted by petitioner in support of his request. Upon the violation of or failure to comply with the foregoing condition or with any provisions of the city code applicable to the property or its use, the city council may, after providing reasonable notice and an opportunity for a hearing, terminate the special use hereby approved. Section 3, this ordinance is hereby ordered to be published in pamphlet form by the East Peoria City Clerk. Said clerk is ordered to keep at least 3 copies of hereof available for public inspection in the future in accordance with the Illinois Municipal Code. Section 4, this ordinance is in addition to other ordinances on the subject and shall be construed therewith, excepting as to that part in direct conflict with any other ordinance, and in the event of such a conflict, the provisions hereof shall govern. Section 5, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and 10-day period of publication in the manner provided by law.
Thank you, Morgan. Essentially, this lot is located at the end of a cul-de-sac because of a ravine steep slope that is adjacent to the property and to the rear. Garage can't be placed in the rear of the lot, so this would allow for the garage to be placed somewhat in front of the home. It's basically dictated by the location, size of the lot. And the ZBA did approve it unanimously.
Other discussion?
Ty, anything else?
You said it well.
Sorry. Discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Mayor?
Yes, go ahead.
Mayor?
Commissioner. Go right ahead.
Yeah, just based on the fact that at the ZBA meeting, there were some neighbors, some longstanding, that did oppose this special use. Simply for that reason, I will not be supporting it.
Very good.
Mayor,
Thank you for your comments.
I'd like to comment as well. I spoke with Commissioner Call today, and I actually took the stance that I knew there were people that were there. I don't know if they spoke out against it. I think they were just there.
There were some.
I concluded that if people came tonight in protest, I would vote no, but I've not heard of anybody in protest. I've not seen anybody, so I will be supporting this tonight.
It's 2 readings? One reading?
No, it's
Okay.
a single reading, sir.
Just a comment. My understanding is if Commissioner Densberger, if a home were built on that lot where we're agreeing to put a garage, it would be okay, correct?
Ty, I'll let you.
So technically, right now, the proposed location is a separate zoning lot, and so likely we would have a very similar situation, given our steep slope zone now. You know, a lot of the homes in this neighborhood are older. If someone were to come in to have a house placed on the property, it would largely need to be pushed forward also because of the same issue.
It would be pushed forward, it'd be a residence, and it'd be okay.
Yes, I believe the one distinction here is you've got the side yard setback here in this case is being proposed to be 5 feet, which is typical for an accessory structure. 7 feet would be required for a primary, but like I said, largely the location of this structure is the same as it would be for a house, if one were to be built.
I don't see a problem with this at all. I mean, I realize the neighborhood, it's a good thing.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
No.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
I have 4 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, Your Honor, Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4343, hereto attached, an ordinance approving a real estate purchase contract for property adjacent to Illini Drive, PIN number 010126-308-025, be accepted on its first reading, is read by its title, and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second?
Commissioner Jeffers?
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a very small parcel as you go up Illini Drive adjacent to Fawn Haven,
Scenic Bluff.
pardon me,
Scenic Bluff.
which basically we're buying it from the county because there's a storm drain issue, is that correct? And the cost is minimal, $651.25. And it will allow the city access and the ability to maintain that drain.
Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, I have Resolution 1718-033. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 1718-033, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the award of contracts for the Camp Street Trail project as follows. 1, to Stark Excavating, Inc. for paving, excavating, and related services at a cost of $222,843.68. 2, Laser Electric for installation of electrical conduits at a cost of $2,340. 3, Patrick Meyer and Associates for construction engineering services at a cost of $23,618.37. And 4, PA Atherton Construction, Inc. for paving a 200-foot portion of the trail with concrete at a cost of $14,920 be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-033 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Decker?
Thank you, Commissioner. I'll let Ty give the explanation on this because basically it's an expansion of the work that we had planned to do this year based on a state grant. So, Ty?
Yeah, the original grant is through IDNR, and it was for the segment of the Camp Street Trail between Spinder and Clock Tower. You might recall we installed a pedestrian bridge that came across, and so this was going to provide that connectivity, at least in that first segment. The bid pricing came in so favorably for concrete, not asphalt, so a very good long life trail, that we started running the numbers on doing the next phase, which is Spinder up to Main Street. So it really provides some excellent continuity, ties into the sidewalk system that already exists on Main Street, which we hope at some point is going to get upgraded by IDOT. But the pricing came in very favorably, and so what's reflected here is utilizing the funds in that grant, and there is a small increase in the overall cost of the project. Where we had budgeted $50,000 match, and this is coming from TIF funds, this is not coming from general fund, there is an additional 24/7/2205 that would be required to complete this, but it's really extending and getting our most bang for our buck. We're getting the opportunity to do a second phase for a very small premium. So that's basically what's being presented here. And we do have accommodations for conduit going underneath the trail here, and we also had a discussion today for that next phase to make sure we can ensure conduit there as well. But looking at other pieces of this puzzle, not just the trail connectivity, but also that fiber optic connectivity as well.
Thank you.
The concrete versus asphalt, just the durability, life, that's the premium, and it's well worth, I mean, I think you said it already, but that's what you're after, isn't it?
Yes. Well, and the other piece of this I will mention, and thank you for mentioning that, Commissioner, is that there is a one piece, one segment that is not coverable by the grant, and that is a thickened portion of the pavement where there is a significant access to Farm Creek. We want to ensure off the end of the pedestrian bridge that that was 10 inches thick as opposed to 6. So we already have a pretty significant thickness going throughout the pavement here, but 10 inches to really ensure that heavy equipment that would have to come across there between Camp Street over to that ramp to get down into Farm Creek, we want to ensure that access moving forward. It's not going to be a regular thing, but we know that
Yeah, what if?
every so often they have to get down there, and this is a great way to preserve that access. And so that's a piece of this, and that's where PA Atherton fits in that puzzle.
Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, Your Honor, Resolution 1718-036. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 1718-036, hereto attached, a resolution approving a memorandum of agreement between the City of East Peoria and Serenity Valley Healthcare, LLC, to authorize an economic development loan be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-036 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Mr. Decker.
Your Honor, this pertains to a loan to the group that is building the Serenity Valley, it's a senior center at the end of the frontage road. They're along 116, US 24 Main Street. The loan is for $160,000, and it's a 5-year term at 3% interest from the city's loan fund. We have vetted, we will be securing a second position interest, I believe, in the real estate. We also have the personal guarantees of 5 partners, having vetted financial statements and taking a look at appraisals. We're comfortable that the city is in a strong position here to protect our interests, but this loan will allow that group to complete the cul-de-sac work required for them at the entrance of their property. Anything else, Ty, that I missed?
We do have 2 of the petitioners here tonight, Matt Abraham and Denny LaHood. They can speak to the
Gentlemen.
project if there's questions.
Care to comment?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
Good to see you.
City Council. Just like to say on behalf of the owners of this project, we're grateful for your consideration on this issue. It's been wonderful working with the city on this project, and the owners wanted me to come here today and let you know that it's been a joy and honor working with you guys, and we appreciate your consideration on this loan.
Glad to have you here. It can be good service. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Matt, upon completion, what's the appraised value of the building, the development? It's a pretty significant investment.
Be 13 million, right short of that.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye. Thank you very much.
And it looks like Morgan has me reading one at length there, so I guess that's fair. 2? Yeah. I have resolution number 1718-031, a resolution providing for the appointment of a substitute hearing officer under the Administrative Adjudication Ordinance. Whereas the City Council has heretofore amended the City Code by the addition thereto of Title I, Chapter 11, for the purpose of creating a code hearing department which administratively adjudicates certain alleged violations of the city code, which is the administrative adjudication ordinance, and whereas the administrative adjudication ordinance provides for the appointment of hearing officers to assist in the implementation of those ordinances, and whereas the appointment of J. Brian Heller to serve as the primary hearing officer under the administrative adjudication ordinance, with Thomas P. Higgins appointed to serve as a hearing officer under the administrative adjudication ordinance on those occasions when Mr. Heller is unavailable to serve by reason of vacation, illness, scheduling conflicts, or other absences on July 1, 2008 in resolution number 0809-033. And whereas Mr. Heller has requested that the city appoint Paul Broderson, who currently serves as a substitute hearing officer to Mr. Heller for other communities, to serve as hearing officer under the administrative adjudication ordinance by reason of vacation, illness, scheduling conflicts, or other absences. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that J. Brian Heller hereby remains appointed to serve as the primary hearing officer under the administrative adjudication ordinance. Mr. Broderson is hereby appointed to serve as a hearing officer under the administrative adjudication ordinance on those occasions when Mr. Heller is unavailable to serve by reason of vacation, illness, scheduling conflicts, or other absences. Therefore, Mr. Mayor, I move you that resolution number 1718-031 be adopted as presented.
Second, please.
Second.
Mr. Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
And my next one, Your Honor, is resolution number 1718-037. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that the appointments by Mayor David W. Mingus of the following individuals to various boards and commissions of the City of East Peoria be hereby approved. The East Peoria Human Relations Commission, Patrice Hess, member, to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Diane Lauterbach, term May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2019. The Zoning Board of Appeals, Belinda Young, member, to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Patrice Hess, term May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2022. East Peoria Housing Authority Board, David Reber, member, to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Leanne Joseph, term July 1, 2017 to June 30, 2022. Be it further resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria that the reappointments by Mayor David W. Mingus of the following individuals to various boards and commissions of the City of East Peoria be hereby approved. East Peoria Human Relations Commission, Dan Decker, member, term May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2019. Rich Broderick, member, term May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2019. Rick Swan, member, term May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2019. For the East Peoria Planning Commission, Dennis Paluska, a member, to serve a term from May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2020. For the East Peoria Police Pension Fund Board, Mike Graham, member, to serve a term of May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2020. For the East Peoria Fire Pension Fund Board, Alan Service, member, term May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2020. The East Peoria Fire and Police Commission, Charles Morgan, member, to serve a term of May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2020. For the East Peoria Mass Transit District, Michael LaHood, member, to serve a term of May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2021. And the East Peoria Zoning Board of Appeals, Ed Zosky, member, to serve a term of May 1, 2017 to April 30, 2022. And that this resolution, number 1718-020, be adopted as presented.
Second, please.
Second.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I move you that resolution number 1718-037 be adopted as presented.
Thank you, and Commissioner Jeffers seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, as listed in there, I am on this, as well as the Fire Department, and Mr. Morgan is on there, so I think I will abstain. I do want to say, though, I'm those on all of those commissions, I'm fully in support of. I see Belinda in the audience tonight. Belinda's really taken an active role in the community recently, and people really respond well to her. So I'm going to have to abstain on this one, but I do support it.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Abstain.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
I have 4 ayes and 1 abstention, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Next, Your Honor, Resolution Number 1718-029. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 1718-029, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a Konica Minolta C658 copier for City Hall from CDS in the amount of $8,295 be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-029 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title, be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Jeffers.
Thank you, Commissioner. Budgeted item and a much-needed piece of equipment.
Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, I have Resolution 1718-034. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 1718-034 hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the award of contract with Advanced Asphalt Company for construction in the amount of $216,648, and Patrick Meyer and Associates, Inc., for engineering services in the amount of $21,664.80 for the paving of the secondary parking lot at East Side Center be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-034 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Jeffers.
Thank you, Commissioner. I first was made aware of this last Friday, and I think I'll let Mr. McCarty provide us the explanation.
Well, I think first of all, everyone knows that that parking lot's been gravel for the 20 years that Eastside's been in existence, which really is kind of against the city code to begin with. Talking with some local contractors and things, the need for jobs and especially paving this time of year just aren't out there. So we thought it was a good idea just to see what was out there. And then I know Patrick works with these people much more than I do, but I believe this company with the bid basically didn't have a job for their guys after what they were finishing up. So they gave us a bid that it was pretty close to 50% off, almost at cost. I know we've been trying for 7 or 8 years, and the estimate's always been $350,000 to $400,000 to do that. So at $216,000, I don't know that we'll ever get a price like that, and that's also what Pat said. So I think we take advantage of the conditions and do something that's needed to be done for quite a while.
Now, this was not a budgeted item, Your Honor, but in speaking with Mr. Becker, the money is in the H-Tax Fund, which is a restricted fund, and this work would certainly qualify for that. Anything else, Jeff, on that?
No, I looked at the fund earlier today, and it's currently budgeted to have revenues exceeding by $170,000 this year, so most of that would cover this, and we have plenty in reserves in that fund.
Thank you.
One thing it does is it does get us up to our own code as far as hard surface, dustless surface for a parking area in town. It also allows us to get more cars parked in there. If you have a striped lot versus a gravel lot, it just is better. And East Side's such a heavy burden area when that lot's used. Makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. The right thing to do, good price. I'm glad to see it done.
Further discussion?
I am very thankful for this, Mayor. I've been talking about this for years. As what Commissioner Jeffers said, it's nice that we require people to pave their lots. It's nice that we're getting this done. It's coming from the H-Tax, so this is not money that could normally be spent on streets or anything like that. It's restricted to specific items that would bring people into town, and obviously East Side is one of those. So I'm eagerly going to vote yes.
Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus.
Aye.
Have all present voting aye, Your Honor?
Thank you very much.
Next, Your Honor, I have Resolution 1718-030. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution number 1718-030, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2017 Dodge 550 4x2 Versalift aerial unit bucket truck from Drake Scruggs Equipment, Inc., and authorizing the trade-in of a 1998 Chevrolet van and a 1999 GMC 3500 truck to apply towards such purchase at a total cost of $82,000 be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-030 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Mr. Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner. I know that the need of a bucket truck has been an ongoing conversation by nearly every department within the city, but no one actually ever seems to own it, so it never seems to make it to the top of the list. This is a demo unit that is available for sale. It has just under 2,300 miles on it, and I'm sure it will. This will also be paid for out of H-taxes. It'll be used for Festival of Lights and other activities such as that.
Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor?
Thank you.
And my last item this evening, Your Honor, Resolution number 1718-023, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution number 1718-023, hereto attached, a resolution approving the purchase and construction of a new East Side Center sign with Benson Signs and Graphics, Inc., in the amount of $57,762 be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-023 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a new entrance sign for East Side Center. We had voted on a proposal earlier that was found to be lacking in its compliance with our own ordinance, so this is the next bidder. Anything additional? Doug?
No, just this bid is the low bid based on the responsible bidders ordinance that the city has.
Discussion, please.
Yeah, I have a couple of comments to make, if I may.
Please do so, Commissioner.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, I pointed out when the majority of the council elected not to go with Vital Signs, who was originally the lowest bidder, there was some disagreement with the notion of whether or not this replacing an existing non-functioning sign with a new sign constitutes what's called new construction. I don't agree with that personally. With respect to the responsible bidder, the Illinois Procurement Code defines a responsible bidder as a person who has the capability in all respects to perform fully the contract requirements and the integrity and reliability that will assure good faith performance. I personally see no reason why Vital Signs shouldn't have been awarded that. Is what's going to happen tonight. This will be approved, no doubt, for the same exact sign that was bid through Vital Signs, the difference being it's going to cost us an additional $7,700, nearly $3. So I will not support it.
Thank you for your comments. Other discussion, please?
Mayor, I'm going to support this. I hear what Commissioner Call says, and I don't fully disagree with many of his points. I know he's frustrated with this, and I don't blame him. It is frustrating that we're going to spend more money for the same sign. I do believe the first item, though, was not part of the responsible bidders. I don't think it was a responsible bid. The reason is because in order to make it work with our bid process, it was actually broken up and they were going to have the sign billed directly to the city or something like that, and it was just not the way the bid process was laid out. In my opinion, and I spoke with legal counsel, Scott Brunton, that day quite a bit, his opinion as well, that the bid that's in front of us tonight was the lowest responsible bid as per our ordinance. That's why I'm voting yes.
And, Your Honor, I'll simply make the same comment I made in the votes on the previous item, was that I don't believe that the low financial bid is always necessarily the best bid, and for me, that's what drives this.
Commissioner Jeffers, comments? I was going to vote against this because I just felt there could have been more correspondence, and I didn't, I was going to make a point, but Benson has been around for 70 years. They've worked with Watchfire for 35 years. There's an apprenticeship. They did the Paradise sign, so there's a long history of being able to do it. And Jason Tompkins, who's in the audience, was very kind to me and answered all my comments. So I think we could have done better on certain correspondence issues, but I'll support it. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
No.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
4 ayes and 1 no, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Your Honor, that's all I got.
And you had a lot. Still with us, Commissioner Call? Commissioner Decker?
I have one item, Mayor. Resolution number 171-8-028. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 1718-028, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the purchase of 5 2018 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor vehicles from Curry Motors of Frankfort, Illinois, in the amount of $140,290 be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-028 be accepted on its first reading, as read by its title, and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Densberger?
Thank you, Commissioner Densberger. This, as you all may know, with the budget process, I actually did not support the budget. But one thing I really love about our council is once we make a decision, we've been united going forward. I spoke with the police chief sometime after that budget, and I actually told him the reason I voted against the budget is not because I disagree with anything in it, it's just because I think we needed a new revenue stream. A couple different ideas. Sales tax is just what I threw out there, and I think it's the best thing for us to do to bridge a gap till some of our other investments pay off. Having said that, I was intent on voting no for things like this because, like Public Works, I haven't bought a new snowplow. This will be the second year. But I also, speaking with Jeff Eater, made the comment that as long as I feel positive that we are moving in the direction to gain more revenue, then I do support what is being proposed in the budget. So I am going to vote yes for this. I just wanted to state that. To be honest, though, 5 police cruisers, we need more than that. Probably 7 or so is what, best case scenario, we should be purchasing. So again, I just want to state my...
You want to change the resolution to 7? No.
I guess if we can vote on the sales tax.
Very good. Other comments, please.
Yeah, I, much like Commissioner Decker, when I voted against the budget as a whole, I mean, it was, this was something that is, I agree we need to do. And I think it's, once we vote on a budget as a group, even if I vote no or yes, depending on whatever, I work with the council and we move on. And I support the fact that if something's in our budget, we've done our homework and it's there and it's on the budget, that we should vote for it. And I think we should be consistent across all the departments. And if I believe that, and if I believe others should do that way, I should do it myself. And I will vote to support this purchase. And it's needed, and we'll look for the other revenue another day, but this is needed for now. And it will take time to get them. Chief, how soon?
It took quite a while last year, probably a little bit longer than we normally waited, so I assume we're not going to see anything until the fall at the earliest. The bid was a little, the base price, as you might have noticed, was a little bit more this year. Per unit cost went up a little over $1,000 because of the rise in the base price and the rise in the cost of one particular option.
Just a question or comment, I invite a comment. This would be about the 4th year we've purchased this type of vehicle.
Yes, this is about the 4th year with this vehicle. This is the 2nd year that we've gone with the consortium that is made up of the suburban Chicago departments. That's been a really good relationship, really easy to work with, and they've done a good job. And if I could just say, believe me, it is not lost on the police department that we were very fortunate and we're very appreciative of the council's continued support of us. But it certainly is not lost that I do not envy any of the chairs you all sit in this year or the coming years. You've got some very difficult decisions, and we certainly, like I said, we appreciate your support this year. And as always, we stand with the city and understand that coming years, it simply may be somebody else's turn, and we're more than prepared to deal with that.
Thank you very much for saying that. Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
That's all I have right now, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Commissioner Jeffers?
I have 4 items tonight, Mr. Mayor. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 1718-026, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the approval of an engineering agreement with Midwest Engineering at a cost not to exceed $5,000, and the execution of a purchase order for pipe at a cost not to exceed $40,000 for the extension of a water main along Centennial Drive east of Cypress Ridge subdivision be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-026 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Decker?
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. This is a project which Public Works has chose to do in-house, and I'll let Steve just give it. This is a new subdivision. We've approved it a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 months ago, a couple months ago now. Steve?
Yes, this subdivision.
And this will
is-
also be another extension, the other resolution coming after this one. You may comment on it also if you like.
Okay. The subdivision will be out in the, what is called the Dan's property, and this runs a water main from where we left off at Cypress Ridge to the property line prior to the Dan's property. So it will be in the section that will not be on the Dan's subdivision. So this is simply running water out that far. When we were able to determine that we can stay on the south side of the road and not have to bore under the road, which is an expensive proposition, and we will do this in-house with our own forces.
And the developer will take it from there.
And then the developer will take it from there.
Very good. Other discussion? Tiny Dance would be happy about that. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Second item, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 1718-027, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the approval of an engineering agreement with Midwest Engineering at a cost not to exceed $9,000 and the execution of a purchase order for pipe at a cost not to exceed $12,000 for the extension of a water main through Eastport subdivision be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-027 be accepted on its first reading and as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Densberger?
Thank you, Commissioner Densberger. Another job we're doing in-house where we can save a lot of money, really, to do it. We're paying for the material and engineering. Of course, the labor to do it is in our overhead that we have for our employees. There's actually, that's part of the cost, but it's not as part of this resolution. Steve, what does this loop do for us by adding this loop for Eastport?
This loop, we have a lot of water main breaks up on 116.
Yeah.
And this loop assures us of being able to supply water if there's a water main break between the tie-in at Stony Brook and on down past the marina. And it also provides better fire flow for the area down at Stony Brook, or I'm sorry, Stony Creek and the people in Harbor Point.
I know driving it's been several months ago, we had an event going down Cat Trail. Saw our water crew there, and a company that had been doing for AT&T work to put a line in, and had hit a water line for us. And just really took us to our knees there for a little bit.
Yes.
And this type of thing gives us that redundant flow capability to head off that. And for business, that's very important, especially hotels, and they've got about close if they lose their water. So this will help alleviate that. Doesn't make it all go away, but it really helps us big time.
Dennis Barron is here. He may have something to add to what I stated.
You hit it right on. You hit all the marks.
Very good. The discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Next, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 1718-032, hereto attached, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a new LifePak 15 monitor for the fire department from Physio Control, Inc., in the amount of $28,864.32 be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-032 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Commissioner Call, you want to second that?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Call. It's his department.
Commissioner Call, would you like to comment on this purchase?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't see. I don't know if the chief's in the audience.
He
can
is.
speak to
Everybody
it better
left,
than I.
Commissioner. Nobody left.
Nobody left?
No, continue on.
Chief Services in the audience.
Okay. See if he would like to comment.
Chief Service, go right ahead.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you guys finding the money for me. Jeff and I had talked about this. We had originally talked, the beginning of the budget year, the need to start replacing our monitors, and we had hoped that we would get another year down. One of ours did not fulfill its service. When we had it taken in for service, it didn't meet code, so that meant that we could no longer use it. So usually life expectancy is about 10 years for these monitors. We have 2 of them that are at 11 years right now, so we're getting to the point where we're going to have to buy one every year or every other year for the next 3 or 4 years. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, we got a grant a few years ago, and that's why they're all stacked up at the same age?
Yeah, we got a grant.
Come on up, Ryan. The other thing that's nice about this is he'll quit chirping in my ear about this monitor, so.
Maybe until next year. We got a grant in 2011, and within lasting 10 years, we know in 2021 we're going to have quite a few coming up. With this particular purchase, we were able to get a special price through an OSF purchasing group, which we became a part of just a couple months ago. So we were able to save $4,800 on this purchase. It's still a lot of money. We understand that at $28,000, but we were able to save some money by going into their purchasing group also.
And I appreciate Mr. Eder working with us, as this actually came out of his line item, which is a big chunk out of his money, and I appreciate his support in this.
One of the highest priorities we can have. Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And finally, Mr. Mayor, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 1718-025, hereto attached, a resolution approving an agreement with AMEC Environmental and Infrastructure for environmental monitoring of the Bass Pro Development Site be approved, and that this resolution number 1718-025 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Since the city took possession of this property even before the Bass Pro development site was developed, it was previously an ash pond landfill. And so all these years, and it will continue, there is an annual testing for groundwater, et cetera, environmental issues. I was thinking we were to the point of getting to the end of that, and now we have it extended again for a while. So Steve, I'll let you comment on that too. I know this is an annual thing. I thought, like earlier, we were going to get over this.
We are very close to the end of it. As the mayor knows, he's had to sign several documents.
That's right, I thought we were done. Thank you.
In the post-closure permit phase of this, and so we are wrapping that up. I've been in contact with the agency, with the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency, and we are they have done one inspection. A few things have to be tidied up, and some monitoring wells have to be just so, and then we will close this chapter.
But it's coming.
Yes.
We're closer
But
to the end
We needed
of-
one last agreement with AMAC, because they are the ones who have to sign off.
Okay.
Very good. Other discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Jeffers. Commissioner Call, recognize that this is your area of the agenda. You have nothing, I don't believe, anything?
Correct.
So we'll take comments from the audience, please. Anybody on a non-agenda item want to speak? Please come forward, sir.
I just had a question about the purchase of the police cars. You are purchasing 2018s, and they're about $1,000 more, plus an additional piece of equipment that's a little higher this year than normal.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is there any reason why you can't buy 2017s and save some money?
Because those aren't available, it's done, I mean, this is a specific vehicle that comes out. once a
Frankfurt,
year.
Illinois as well?
Right, but it's the same as a state bid, if it was at whatever dealership, it all comes out in the blast. It's a specially made vehicle by Ford. It's marketed at one time, so there may have been, after everybody bids, there's a bid cutoff. Ford only builds so many.
Is it only out of that particular dealership, or we don't have anyone locally that would work with us to even decrease the price?
We have tried that in the past. We actually tried to get to the local numbers, but what we found out and what the dealership unfortunately found out is they couldn't get the vehicle even at that price. It's a proprietary thing that not just Ford does, but Chevy does for the vehicles they market as police vehicles. It's a very specific market, and they steeply discount you. If you were to go buy this vehicle on the lot, it would
Burn you.
maybe $10,000 to $15,000 more for the exact same vehicle.
We've
And
been
so, believe me, we tried to do that locally, and what was it about? Well, when it first
Vigilantly,
came
we
out, I
tried.
believe.
Quite a bit more.
And
Well, now, is there something like, nationally, obviously, our police, dedicated police officers, is there something where we could actually go to the manufacturer himself, go to Michigan, go to Detroit,
no.
go to them directly and have them actually deliver vehicles to us?
No, because they want to deal in great volume, so every state basically has their own bid process, and there'll only be maybe 2 dealerships in the entire state that can actually even get those vehicles from Ford. So they buy them, and the dealerships actually make almost very little profit. They deal basically just on volume.
Sure.
If they can sell thousands of them across the state, then they make some money. Otherwise,
Sure.
the margins are so low. The local dealership would have lost money on every unit that they tried to give us.
And that makes sense. I just
Yeah.
started thinking back there, why not buy a 2017 and maybe save money, maybe it'll come $1,000 cheaper.
Yeah,
Good
because
question.
basically Ford manufactures only what are ordered. And so they don't have excess vehicles to sell.
Right.
And if the dealership orders them, then if they can't sell them, then they're stuck with them. So they basically, you order them, they build them, they ship them to you. And that's
Gotcha.
how it always works.
Okay, I just had one more.
Go ahead.
Is that okay? The East Peoria East Side Center, I've been visiting there for years. My son is in school and love going there. It's a great time. And I understand that you had said there's a X amount of dollars that's in the fund to be able to do this, but not enough to actually meet the price tag of it. So there's just a little shortfall, is that correct, in the amount of money it would take to resurface the parking lot at East Side?
No, my statement was, in the current year's budget in that fund, there was an excess of $169,000 that was not supposed to be spent.
Gotcha.
That's a little bit short, but in the actual fund itself, there's quite a bit of reserve that's been built up.
So
over the
basically,
years.
so to pay for that, though, we're gonna dip into this excess that we've actually saved up
Yeah.
to be able to cover that along with the other special interests that are coming out of that.
And it's intended, for a larger project like this, that's why we saved it.
And for tax dollars and to basically pave the parking lot for the recreation area that's in our city, correct? Because that's where we all love to go, I love to go there, okay, no offense to anything there. Maybe, why don't we make up some of that shortfall by maybe increasing tickets and so forth and entries to the water park and to the,
So first of all,
area
the
by
water
50
park is
cents?
Fond du Lac Park District. It's separate from the city. East side is the city. Splashdown is Fond du Lac Park District. I get that question all the time. so
Okay,
that's
no, that's
first.
good, I need to know this thing.
And second of all, this is hotel tax money. So this is money that when people stay in hotels, we get a percentage of, and it's put away for tourism type events. So state track meets, baseball, softball tournaments, when people are coming to town, staying in hotels, this money's set aside to be able to reinvest back into the facility.
But no way to actually increase any type of sales through folks coming, like buying tickets to go see events or anything like that through East Side Center to help basically come up with some of the.
But that's how we've gotten to the 2.5 million, that plus, other tournaments, fees, rental fees, concessions, things like that we've been doing. 2012, I believe that, we didn't have any reserves, and then we built them up over about the last 5 years, so we knew we needed to do projects like
Just
this.
thinking about other avenues of getting a little more revenue out of that, if we're gonna take the large amount of tax money used to pave it and stripe it and everything, is there another way besides the hotel tax to do, so. Cool. Thanks, appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We can finish that question up. Anybody else? Hey, Bob. Evening, sir.
Whoever cleaned Center Street up on the left behind Costco there, I think done a pretty good job.
Thanks for recognizing.
It didn't really bother me being there, but I have to admit, it looks a whole lot nicer. And I was sitting on the porch, drinking iced tea and eating popcorn Saturday, and I happened to notice River City dumped some concrete over there in the laydown yard, which Caterpillar owns. They can do whatever they please. And, but then I happened to be sitting there doing nothing, just craning my neck and looking around. And they come down the street with a tandem load of concrete, went down, turned back in, went down by where that grain storage area was that stored down, dumped the load, left, come back, empty dump truck. Then a little while later, here comes a tandem again and goes down there and dumps another load. And they dump, I don't know how many, I didn't sit there and count them all. But I was just wondered if that's now Caterpillar's new landfill or River City's new landfill or.
I think this is new information, and
You know as well as I do, it wouldn't go on Fond du Lac Drive. There'd be a hissy fit through it.
appreciate the information.
So I just wondered, if they got permission, so be it,
We'll have to check into it, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Keep looking now. Bob, are you going to speak?
Just haven't been here to review the 4th and 5th of July, so I thought I'd come in, give a quick statement for East Peoria Green. I want to thank Mr. McCarty in particular. We had locks on all of the recycle bins. It was incredible to see how clean they all were. We did have to go through garbage like we usually do, cut our work in half though to be able to just drop the items down into the clean recycling toters. So it was greatly appreciated, sure, glad to do that. My only comment might be to Mayor Mangus. I'm still not sure if you have a lock on your recycling toter right out here. So maybe you could check out the 2 recycling toters here at the city and see if they'll have a lock on them. And if not, ask Doug to come over and put a lock on them.
We can do that.
That was greatly appreciated, and almost looking forward to it now next year. I don't know what we can do now for garbage to get that as clean as the recycle was, but thanks again.
Thank you, and then thanks to the green team, Bob. Anybody else? All right, we'll go to council. Commissioner Decker.
I have two things, Mayor. First of all, Mr. Mayor, I move that a closed meeting or session of the city council be held at this.
But Commissioner, we have to wait till the very end of everybody's comments before we do that.
Okay,
Thanks.
all righty.
Sorry I didn't inform
No,
you.
no problem, no
Morgan's
problem.
shaking her head
I'll
over
wait.
here to me, though.
I did want to mention one thing because we didn't really have comments about the annexation, and I'm going to just do it real quick. When this process started, it began because it was brought to our attention by Mr. Triggs of the sale of the sewer property. So a lot of things were said earlier tonight, and that's how it was brought to us. And that was a decision we made to investigate it because of that, because Illinois American Water was purchasing that sewer property. We started into that process to decide to try to stop that sale because we would like to be the ones that run that sewer. That's how it began. One could argue whether it was the right way to do it or not. We had a very productive meeting last week, I believe last Tuesday night. For me, I'll be real honest with you, I was 100% for the annexation when I started. And I'm glad we had the meeting. I'm glad I learned a lot of things. I started looking at a bunch of different things, and I have really recently been concerned about some, and that is just some of the expenses that could come to the city. My mind is still open. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go, but I just want to say to the taxpayers of East Peoria that the decision that I'm going to make will be based on what's best for the city. What's best for the community as a whole, to make sure that, one, we don't get ourselves involved in something that is going to cost us quite a bit of money. Me being over Public Works, when I heard about some of the concerns of the infrastructure, I really took heed to that and started looking into it. So I didn't really say much earlier, but I wanted to assure everybody. Feel free to reach out if you'd like, but I really want to take a hard look at how much it's going to cost the city. One, to purchase if we do the annexation and go forward with the sewer, all the different things that we may have to do into the future, into the neighborhood.
Thank you, Commissioner Densberger.
Your Honor, talk about the budget for a minute. The state finally adopted a budget after more than 2 years. I know our state representative, Mike Eunice, crossed party lines and voted in favor of the budget. Personally, I applaud his vote and his political courage. While there are a lot of things in this budget I don't like, Mr. Becker and I talked earlier today, and I learned more that I don't like about it on a regular basis. For instance, the state will be keeping 2% of our sales tax from now on as a service fee, more or less. Any new funds that we would have realized through an increase in the state income tax, the state's going to keep that too. So it certainly is not a budget that is friendly to municipalities, and it's going to cause a lot of hardships and a lot of difficulties for a lot of municipalities. But on the other side of the coin is, I've had many people say to me, well, all they did was kick the can down the road. And to an extent that's true, but at least there's a road to kick the can down, because the state was essentially bankrupt. There were going to be major universities closing their doors. Road work would totally cease. Social service agencies would close. And those are just some of the headline items. So don't like the budget, don't like what it does to our city. It's going to cause our municipality and some others to take a hard look at revenue streams. But I applaud Representative Eunice. I think it was the right thing to do at this point in time, and I know he's taking a lot of heat from his Republican brethren, but Mike did the right thing.
Thank you, Commissioner Jeffers.
It is true what Commissioner Decker has said, that the budget process, we're just learning, what all is in the details, and the 200, well, for us, Commissioner Dinsberger, it's about 200,000 a year perhaps, or Jeff, for the service fee for the sales tax.
It's closer to 150 than 200.
$150,000 just extra, and that would pay for several squad cars, as an example, but that's gone, so that means that we just, any increase above 150, that's where we start to make money again. I know also I saw where the gas tax for ethanol is going back, is off now, and so the cost, that subsidy's gone, which would have expired in December, I think, of 18. So there's some changes that may not be big dollars compared to the income tax increase. But the income tax does take, in reality, does take several $1 million out of this community. Bottom line, it does. You take, a lot of people, if you're, those that work and pay taxes, yeah, it's taking the dollars out. If you're retired, pension, that doesn't usually get covered by income tax per se. But it's a big hit that way for the economy, and that's why you see nationally sales tax receipts have been flat or very much so across the board, and we've seen that locally as well. There are a lot of reasons for that, but the sales tax will be, it's happened before. We had it a few years ago for a while, and it was rescinded and back. So, but all to say is that does have an effect on local government. And so we have, while we're not bankrupt by any means, we still have a very high, one of the highest bond ratings there can be given a city. But we do have quite a backlog of capital needs in our city. No doubt about it. We've talked about that the last several months. And we are financially strong, but we do know we have needs out there, and we'll be discussing that again as well later on down the road. But at least with the budget from the state, we know where we stand, if you will, and we're just like everybody else. Townships are affected by that too. Local governments are Washington, Morton, Peoria. Think of the big hit they're taking. And so we'll do, but it's just something another wrench in the machine, if you will, that we have to work through. I think that's all for now.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Call.
Yeah, the only thing I would like to make a quick comment on, and I don't know if Belinda's still in the audience or maybe Commissioner Decker, but this Saturday, the Richland neighborhood community has their neighborhood party. I'm not quite certain of the times. I don't have it with me. But I would just like to point out that is this Saturday.
1 to 5.
July 22nd.
1 to 5.
It's 1 to 5, Commissioner Call.
1 to 5. Thank you. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I will be out of town. I will not be able to attend, but I do encourage anyone that is available Saturday to attend. And I know we appointed Belinda to the commission earlier. She's done some tremendous work down there, along with a lot of the homeowners on making improvements and improving that neighborhood. So I applaud their efforts, and I wish I could be there, but I do like to extend an invite to anyone that would like to join. Should be a good time by all.
Thanks for joining us tonight, too, Commissioner. Appreciate it.
Thank you for accommodating me.
Very good. I just have one comment in reference to Representative Eunice, with something you said, Gary. It's somebody stands firm, their guts, regardless of Republican or Democrat. They aren't bullied by a governor or a speaker. I respect that. It's time our legislators stand up and do what's right, or what they think is right, even if we don't agree with them, versus having this bullying by governor or the speaker. They're both equally as wrong. And I think our other legislators, we always say, have courage, do something. And Mike did that, and right, wrong, or indifferent, he stood his ground, and I respect that. All right. Now we can go to the motion to recess.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Mayor, I move that a closed session of the City Council be held at this time during the regular meeting, and at this regular meeting be in recess at the conclusion of such closed session until August 1st, 2017, 5:30 p.m., with the following matter or matters according to exceptions provided in the Open Meetings Act and specified as follows to be discussed during the closed session. Section 2C1, the employment, appointment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of a public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. Section 2C2, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or the representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees. Section 2C6, the setting of a price for a sale or lease of property owned by the public body. Section 2C11, pending litigation or litigation which is probable or imminent.
Second, please.
Second.
Commissioner Densberger. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Densberger?
Aye.
Jeffers?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Mayor Mingus?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
And thank you to all you folks who stuck around. Have a good night.